Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, the USO, the UUP, and the GLD. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. So let's get right into the daily SPY. And what a day, 132 up, or 0.55%, so a 0.5%. Not bad. We've been talking about this bullish pattern. It is holding up with this trend line here. We talked about it when it popped up over resistance, consolidation, popped up, consolidation, holding it. Now we're at the double top. We did not close above the all-time high. We missed it by 2 cents, but man, it's right there. So let's watch out for this. Let's see if we can start to go up into the 245, 244 area if this starts to take off. Light volume persists. We had 51 million on the day with 10 million after hours, so light volume still continues. So I wouldn't rule out if it moves up. If the volume does come in, watch for some downside. If you're more bearish on the markets, got a couple gap fills, gap fill, double bottom, but I still think we're going to end up somewhere down in here eventually. So just be aware. Still in a bullish stance above the 20, the 50, and the 200 MA. So nothing wrong with this one, guys. Keeps consolidating. Should start moving up. If it doesn't, so we're going to see what happens by the end of the week. Again, nothing wrong. Light volume holding the markets up. IWM. Oops. IWM, same thing. We talked about this. It's a bullish stance. They did close it right above the 20 MA today, so it's slightly more bullish now, but it's bearish down sideways move. So bullish stance being above the MAs, a little bit of a bearish pattern here at the highs coming off this pivot, so have to keep an eye on that. If you're bullish, you need to get above these pivots and then shoot for the all-time high and then eventually get above the 143 or this trend line. Then 145, 150 maybe, who knows. Well, we'll take it day by day. Just like the SPY, 250 if it gets there, then we'll look at that big round number though. So just like 150 on here, got to keep an eye on those numbers. Again, the volume was 31 million. Not terrible today, a little bit better than yesterday, but I do still like the bearish pattern here that's developing on the IWM. Qs, nothing wrong. All-time highs again, just keeps going, guys. Volume wasn't too bad today. It was a little bit less than 2 days ago, but got to respect it. Keeps moving up, grind, and we're almost at the 140. We did talk about that. If we get above these highs, 135, 137.50, 140 area. If it continues up, got to look at 142.50, 145, 147.50, and then the 150. I mean, I guess we could. Just keep an eye on the volume. Volume comes in, we'll most likely get a little bit of sell pressure. So, but above the MA still, bullish stance, getting a little bit stretched. Let's go to the weekly real quick here. Weekly a little bit, nothing crazy. It's coming off this bullish pattern here, so but see how it's just kind of running out of steam. Let's see. I want to see some velocity here with a little more volume. I want to see a good push up with some volume, guys. If this thing just kind of comes up and rolls over, we'll have to see. But again, bullish stance above the MAs. Nothing wrong with the Qs. DIA chopping around. Now on the weekly, it's going a little bit bullish, but let's get into the daily. Daily, great bullish pattern above the MAs. It's holding. It's got to go for the all-time high. It has to. And then if it gets through that, 215. 217.50, 220, then up in here somewhere. 225 I wouldn't rule out. But if this pattern fails, then you got to watch out. You'll probably come back down to the 192. I mean, we'll see. We got some gaps to fill down in here and stuff, so we'll see what happens if this starts to move up. Then we'll see where the 200 MA curls up into and stuff like that. But remember, we talked about the MAs coming in on this one, and here we are. We got the 20 curling up in the price. They're holding it sideways. Nice pattern here, guys. Hats off. Gap it up, right to these high pivots. Couldn't make it through. Has to consolidate on the light volume, guys, to get through here. So you got to remember, we had a little bit more volume on these candles, and then red here. Then we have the red candle there where it broke down. So you got a lot of resistance up here. So they're trying to hold it up, light volume, see if they could push it. Again, double top, then 215, 220 area, 222. If this thing starts to move up. First step, get above this area here or get this high pivot and then shoot for the double top to 1159. And then we'll take it from there. Maybe it pops up and turns around, or maybe it does go up into here. Who knows? Again, bullish stance above the MAs. Let this thing play out. If it does, if it doesn't, then watch out for some nasty downside in all these charts. A lot of these patterns fail, and when they fail, guys, it could be lights out for these markets. So just be real careful in these light volume sessions. Let's go to the IYT. IYT still a little bit weak, guys. Still in this bearish channel, trying to get above the MAs. Got rejected today. It was up $1.13 or 0.70%. So gotta respect it. But again, we're at the low end of the channel. Let's see, do we bounce up or do we can't, or or do the MAs hold this thing down? Now we go bearish, setting up for the next downturn. Remember, this is lagging. This has got to be leading with the IWM. Keep an eye for that. Right now, it's slightly bearish. Let's see what the next couple days brings with. What it brings with this one, light volume. The volume doesn't really get heavy in this one. You get about 200,000 to 500,000 each day, but this was light volume today, and just got it up $1.13. So nothing big, but hey, it's respectable. Got to have your hats off to these guys. USO again, 22 cents up. Look at this. All of a sudden, out of the blue, guys. It's the oil rally now. Nothing to do here yet. We did fill the gap today. Came right back in. Let's see if we consolidate above the 20 MA and in a bullish manner, and then boom, pop up into this area. If we go into this area or up in here, guys, we'll have to see how this thing shoots up into this area. If it really thrusts, gets past this double top, some volume comes in, then we'll look a little bit higher. I think maybe $12 area. I think there's a pivot high right here around 12 bucks. So we'll look at that. I still like this trend line. Can't get above it. Now you have a new trend line here. So let's see how this thing reacts as it comes up into this area, if it even makes it there. Right now we're holding the 20. We're still below the 50, and we're still below the 200. So it's still in a weak stance, but a nice retrace so far. Maybe we go up here, or maybe back to the 200 as well. Around 10.80 to 11 bucks. There's some good resistance, as well as we get to 11.25, 11.50, and 12 bucks up into that area. So be aware of that. All right, let's go to the UUP. UUP popped up, starting to consolidate in a bullish manner, and boom, right back down below the MA. So right back into the weak stance here. We were going sideways, bearish pattern, setting up for some down move. I keep talking 25. I would love to see this one 24.32. So let's see if we can make it bearish. This area's got to crack, and then I think we're going right down here and at least fill this gap around 25 bucks, and then we'll take it from there. If you're more bullish on the dollar, then you need to get back above the MA. It's like right here. It's like, all right, this thing could possibly move up. Came right back in. Let's see if we can get back up. But you still have a lot of resistance going to the $26 area. So right now, I'm not doing anything personally with this one. I'm going to either wait for lower prices, or if it goes up, I'm not going to be in the trade. So right now, nothing wrong. But if it does get down in this one, around 24.35, 24 bucks, I will be interested in possibly taking the dollar long. But we'll have to see how it comes into this area, even if it makes it there. But UUP, guys, down 7 cents on the day. Nothing crazy, but back in that zone where it can possibly move lower. After the head fake, you get it. It almost looked a little bullish, guys, right here. But never 2-3 days sideways. It was like, all right, let's see if this thing can rip, and boom, right back down. So again, watch out. If you're long in this one, tighten the stops. Still have a gap down here, double bottom. See how it reacts, but I'm still thinking lower prices to come on the dollar. For now, dollar will go up eventually. But for now, let's see if we could get lower prices before we enter a trade. Let's go to the GLD. GLD, great bearish pattern, guys. I mean, we had a nice retrace. I would love to see it up here, possibly for a short-term short, but let's see if this area of support holds this thing up. And what was it on? It was up 31 cents on the day. No great shakes, but I want to see better action in that. Volume still disappeared. Just low volume market, guys. Just take it for what it is. Don't try to get too crazy. Put some positions on, set them, and let them play out. Whether it's a week or a month or what have you. But yeah, the GLD, nothing wrong. I'm still in half a position from 110.50s area, so I'm all right. Someone was asking that if we can add right here. I mean, it's not bad. I'd like 114 better, but for me, I'm already halfway done with the trade. So if you want to buy it up here, I guess that's okay. We started adding at 115 right in this area, 115.50 maybe. And so it's really up to you guys. But the bottom line is, if this trend line cracks, then we're probably going lower. So keep an eye on this. Then we have some Lower pivots here, we got a pivot there, so just be careful. All right, let's go into the Jnug. Jnug up 27 cents today. We still are above, well, it did not close. We are above the 20 MA now on the weekly or on the daily. So let's keep an eye on that. If this thing stays above here, consolidates sideways, and starts to set up for possible a bullish pattern above the 20 MA, higher prices to come, guys. But be careful with this one. You know, I was talking about this yesterday. If you're in from the 1370, 1390 area, and this thing moves up to, you know, 1950, what was the high today? 1979. You got some sellers in here, guys. 14 to 19, that's a big move. So just be careful. You know, I know there's some people in from up in this area, which I still think is fine. You start getting up in this, you know, up to double, you know, these pivots and stuff. And also you have this as well. We'll look at the GDXJ as well. You got that too. That's a big trend line. So, you know, if your break even is 24, 25, it gets back up there. I can't say take it off or not. I mean, it could go to double top and then go even a little bit higher up to 32.26. And ultimately, if it really goes, I think we could get to 46 bucks. But, you know, I got to see pattern. You know, right now we're just kind of getting a bounce from a little oversold condition, and we'll see where this thing goes. Let's look at the GDXJ. Yeah, GDXJ back above the 20 MA. Got it below it a little bit, but look, check it out. Filled the gap, bounced up from there, and close. I'll take it. You know, so if you are bullish on the GDX, this isn't looking bad. Stay above the 20 MA, like I always say. Let's see if we can consolidate and then take off from there. If we need to get above the gap fill, 50 MA. If you could get above that, you know, I'm thinking up into this area, guys, double top. And then you have the 200 MA around 38.69. You know, if this takes a little bit of time, this will start curling down a little bit. Be right at double top. That gets there. That's going to be some good resistance. Even if it goes a little higher, maybe 40 bucks. That's if it goes up. If it comes in, if it cracks this low here, then we're going to this lower line. You know where the lines are, 28.62, 27.38. So we'll play this one from there, or the Jnug, whichever one you want. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. But thanks again for watching my videos. If you're not a member at StockBookie.com, go there, sign up. It's free, and you'll get my videos like this. You'll get email alerts to trade ideas, email alerts when we post videos and stuff. And we got some stuff coming up in the near future. So, all right, guys, thanks again for watching. God bless. See you on the charts.